Hello everyone, my name is Philip and welcome to the SkojSkull podcast. I got here with me Henry, also better known as Herny on all social medias. How we doing, man?
Going on, dude? Close something. Okay, sorry, I was closing something. Hey, what's going on, guys?
You're good.
Yeah, you guys might know me as Herny, but my name's just Henry. You guys can totally call me Henry. Actually, funny thing about that, I always have people like saying like, oh, like people will like correct themselves. They'll call me Herny, and they'll be like, oh, sorry, man. Oh, they'll call me Henry, and they'll be like, oh, sorry, dude, I meant to say Herny. It's all good. You can call me Henry.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, is your real name actually like Henry?
Yeah, it's just Henry. It's just that when I first made my Skype,
Yeah.
I think it was Skype, I typoed my name, and I didn't notice until like way later. And then my friends would be like, all right, Herny, like they'd joke around, like, because I typoed my own name.
Yeah.
Then I typoed it again in a game, and I'm just like, oh, I would keep typoing my name. I don't know if it was, I was typing it too fast, and then I was like, you know what, whatever. And then I would just start naming myself Herny instead of Henry in games. Funny thing though is for YouTube, I didn't mean to typo it, and I did anyway. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it like that just cause.
That's amazing. So you, yeah. When I first saw you in my chat, or like when I verbally like said your name, I always thought it was Henry, but I guess
Oh yeah,
I never, like correctly read it. And then my friend Noodles, he was just like, "Wait, isn't it Herny?" And I read it again. I was like, "Oh, it is."
yeah, dude. I still get comments on YouTube. They're like, it'll be like, "Yo, I've been subscribed to you for a year, and I just saw that your name is Herny and not Henry." And I'll be like, "Dude, it's all good. It's fine. Yeah, both are fine. Both are fine."
That's hilarious.
Well, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. I got this is the day after the 24-hour live stream for me, so I'm my voice is like shot, and I'm hanging in there. We're hanging in there.
Yeah, you're doing good, man. Dude, I don't know, like you. Who else? Ramez, freaking Crest Bear. I don't know how you guys do it, man. After like 5-6 hours, my butt is like killing me, and I just got to get off this chair.
Oh yeah.
So well, mad respect to you guys.
Thanks. I don't do it too often. I know Ramez does it like a lot. And oh gosh, I need to get out of my seat. I take breaks. Dude, like frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like, even if I got a better chair, my lighting as you can see, my lighting situation is weird. So like, I think if you got like comfy lighting, comfy chair, yeah, you're probably chilling. But for me, like, well, this light is a lot better. I used to have this light that would like literally be blinding me. So it was like, do I want to stream with webcam or like blind myself today? Or they would actually like physically heat me up, because like they weren't lights that were meant to be aimed at like your face. But now I actually have one that's like an actual streamer light, which is pretty good. So I can actually like stream for longer amounts of time. The
Nice.
chair though, the chair is still not great.
Yeah, definitely recommend get like a gaming chair or something, because they're super comfortable.
For sure.
Yeah, I used to have like
Pricey,
these.
though. Pricey.
Oh yeah, they're really
Pricey,
pricey.
Yeah.
I got this
it's
for
an
like
investment.
$100 though. It was like a cheap one.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm
gonna probably do that soon.
Yeah, it was just like a super cheap one that I can get like for now, and then I can upgrade to like a more expensive one later probably. But yeah, I used to have these like big lights that were meant for like cameras, like you take pictures and everything, and like you said, like they heat you up like crazy, and like they make the room really
dude.
hot.
I would start sweating. I'm sitting here playing the game, and you know, like you can sweat while gaming. Like I've sweated. Is that the word?
Sweated?
I've sweated during like intense hunts. I sweat a lot during Smash actually, which is really funny. But you know, I'd be chilling like doing viewer hunts, and I'm like actually like, I'm like, what's going on? So I would have to open my window, which was usually okay, but then like if it was raining or snowing, all of my cables, not anymore because I've like redone my room. All of my cables, I had like a really non-optimal setup before. My computer was right next to my window, so like, God forbid, like rain ever came through my window, like all my stuff was gone.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I should probably like redo everything, and so I did. So like now my computer is far away from my window. But and now I don't get hot anymore, which is nice. But yeah, man, I feel you.
Yeah.
Lighting is a big deal for streaming, as I learned as I got into it. I was like, oh, I need to upgrade this because this isn't good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go around like lighting and everything. Yeah, how have you yeah, tell a little bit about yourself, like what you do and everything.
For sure. So yeah, any of you watching, and perhaps you yourself, Phil, probably mostly know me from YouTube. Been doing YouTube twice as long. Well, no, definitely like 3 times as long as streaming. Because I've only been streaming for a year now. I made a Twitch a long time ago, but I streamed like once in a blue moon. Like it was very rare. I wouldn't have said I was a streamer back then. Like I had a Twitch, but like, you rarely saw me on there. But I mainly do YouTube. You guys might know me from a number of different things depending on when you found me. I was telling Fem about this. He asked me a similar question. I just got a follow, which is really funny. So, you know, depending on when you found me, you might know me from runs. You might know me from really serious guides. You might know me from not so serious guides, meme stuff, and like everything on between. But yeah, I'm pretty much like I can't even decide what I want to do, to be honest, which is really funny. Like I'm a jack of all trades, but not on purpose. Like I've been really trying to figure out what I want the tone of my channel to be for a minute. And I still don't know. So that's my goal for 2020. Like figure out what the hell I want to do and do it consistently.
I get really chill vibes off you, like from your streams mostly. Yeah,
I try. Yeah. I feel like sometimes my videos are like a little over the top, so I'm like, you know what? Let me take it easy on stream. I can go for like a different vibe there. Although some of my like cozier vibe has kind of made its way to my channel as well. Yeah. They've kind of like melded together, which was something that wasn't planned for 2019, but I kind of did that like not thinking about it. Like I was trying to tell people, I'm like, I don't want there to be a difference between like me and then like Twitch me or like YouTube me. Like I just want it to just be like I'm just one dude and I'm kind of the same across if you find me in person or like you hop across one of my streams. And like that wasn't my plan, but that kind of ended up happening. Like I started introducing like more musical stuff because obviously music is a big part of my life into my channel. I started to kind of just like do more stuff that I just do regularly on stream too. And yeah, it's kind of like all melded into one. But yeah, so that's YouTube. Been streaming semi consistently, which is pretty funny. I never in a blue moon would have thought I would have gotten partnered. That is still mind blowing to me because I'm inconsistent as fuck. Thank you. Seriously, like when that happened, like it's really funny because, and anyone who knows me knows this, I'm always behind, right? So like I'm always like a game behind. Like when Generations like came out, I was like still finishing up For You stuff. Like I hopped on Generation stuff mad late. When everyone was popping on PC base world, I was making hella GU videos. I'm always like a game behind. So this was the first time I actually was around for like a release hype. So I did a lot of PC, not PC, I'm sorry. I did a lot of Iceborne streaming on console when it first came out. Socks with the hookup, he gave me an early copy. Shout out to the homie. And yeah, I started streaming it because I was really enjoying it. Like I didn't enjoy base world that much. That's just me. Something about it didn't click with me. But Iceborne, I've been having a lot of fun with, right? So I was streaming it a lot more. And then like I was talking to a few people, but I think it was Nightside, also Phil, who pointed out, he was like, yo, I see you like averaging those 100 views, like 100 people per stream. And I keep my viewer count off. So I wasn't even like super aware of how many people were coming in until I checked it later in the analytics. And I was like, oh shit, like people be watching me. And then my friend Dom said the same thing. He's like, yo, if you keep going at the rate you're going, you might get partner. And I was like, I don't think so. And then boom, got the freaking email, man. So yeah, thank you very much. I have a really chill and supportive community. I mean, the Monster Hunter community, especially on Twitch, is very like supportive of each other.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that I always was like really interested to get involved with, because again, there are a lot of Monster Hunter YouTubers, but it's kind of hard to collab for YouTube, right? Because you gotta like plan when you guys are gonna send each other your footage or when you're gonna record. Meanwhile, like if I want to do a multi-stream with Sammy, I can be like, yo dude, I'm about to stream too, you want to just hop in the same session? Boom, you got it, like an unplanned multi-stream. So it's like a lot easier to collab and like talk to other people on Twitch than it is on YouTube. But yeah, super welcoming, super chill community, and it definitely like stuck with me a lot more than I did. I didn't think I'd like I didn't intend to become a streamer. I was like, oh well, let me just stream in between my video uploads, you know, like since I take so long to put out videos, let me just do something in the meantime. And now it's kind of the opposite. Now I stream much more often than I upload, which is really funny. But yeah. I'll be pulling a switcheroo soon. So that's like the media side, and you might know this. A couple of people who talk to me know this. I'm also a music teacher, so I teach piano and music theory in Union City. I've been playing piano. I always say the same number, but I have to keep remembering that I'm getting older. So I always say like 18 years, but like it's not that anymore. I started when I was 4, so 21 years. Yeah, I love music, and for a long time I've wanted to like do something, like transfer that over to like YouTube stuff, because YouTube is obviously a passion of mine as well. So that was kind of like a little mini goal for the winter, which kind of went well. But yeah, I teach music, I play piano. I went to school for piano, but I taught myself guitar and bass, because once you know piano, like everything else becomes a lot easier.
Oh really? Cool. I didn't really know
like,
that.
Yeah, if you know piano, like, yeah, if you know piano and like the music theory from the piano perspective, it just makes it easier to try other stuff. Because like when I picked up a guitar, I was like, oh, it's like this version. It's like this on piano, but on the tabs instead, or whatever. Yeah, it's just you just translate everything into like, I mean, for me, it's just like, you just translate it to like what it would be on piano, and then it's easier. It's kind of cheating, but it definitely helped me learn. Yeah, I play some instruments. I teach, and that's about it about me. I mean, there's more, but I don't want to like ramble forever. Tell me about yourself, man. I saw before you go on your Instagram, you take some nice pictures, dude. You got some photography stuff going on.
Yeah, I do. I love taking pictures, man. I have like a more of a personal Instagram, and then a like the social media Instagram. I've been back and forth on like wanting to post or not on
right
like my like Monster Hunter and anime stuff onto my personal one, and I was just like,
I feel you. It's a weird thing, right? To like meld your media self with your personal self. It is a weird thing. I don't blame you. I didn't want to do it at first. Like up until like this year. Okay, well, a little bit last year, but I didn't like start telling people actively that I was a YouTuber and streamer until this year. Because I was just like, I don't know if I want to talk about it. I was a bit more open with YouTube last year because like my channel was actually doing okay. And I was like, all right, now I can say it. It's kind of, it's like, not that like you have to like be doing well to like merit mentioning it to someone. But to me, I'm like, I don't want to tell someone I have it unless like my last video did good. So when they go to my channel, it looks like I'm actually doing stuff. That's just me being self-conscious. But yeah, dude, like it is weird. And like I said, I kind of like accidentally did it last year, but yeah, it's definitely like a weird process to kind of like merge Phil and SkojSkull into one form.
Exactly. Yeah, and I didn't want to like spam people with like, because I've been posting there like daily of like little clips from like stream or just like a little clip from like a YouTube video. Man.
Yeah, you're playing it smart. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, and then it's like people who don't know you do that or like expect the photography from you are just like, oh, what is this? What's this Twitch thing? And stuff. But yeah, man, I think if you ever do like decide to pull that union, it could totally be cool because like you could totally, you know, work photography into your channel in some way, or like you're streaming in some way. Like one thing that would be cool, like I don't know, if you can like just go record outside or something, like instead of your room, and since you got a nice camera, well, I don't know much about cameras. Can you record with the camera that you take pictures with? Yeah, right. Or some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
You could be like, "What's up, guys? Greetings from the outdoors. Today we're gonna talk about where to find the rare endemic life in Monster Hunter World," and then boom, it's like it's not random, you know. It says like, "Oh, he's outside today." You can like kind of
Why
like
is he outside?
combine it. Yeah. Sometimes it is weird if it's just random, but if you can like combine it and make it a theme, then there you go. You got an idea right there.
That'd be cool. Today we're outside. We're gonna talk about Super Smash Bros.
Word.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Yeah, I'd also do anime build stuff on YouTube. Those have been really fun. Those have been actually
Those are
fun.
cool. I like those. Yeah, I feel like that's a really cool thing because I feel like the Monster Hunter community is huge anime heads, like all over the place. So I thought that was a great idea, and I couldn't think of a better person to get involved with it than Noodles. So good shit there. Yeah, super cool. Like I'm always like mad supportive of just like out of the box ideas like that. Like I'm not always on Twitch. I try and be on Twitch more often. There's actually hella people on Twitch that I keep forgetting that I don't follow. I saw this post on Twitter, and it was like Squidward waking up in the middle of the night, and it's just like, I just realized I don't follow any of my friends on Twitch. And I was like, oh shit, neither do I. Because like I always click on people's Twitter links.
Yeah.
I just go through Twitter, and I'm just like, oh shit, like I don't follow so many people. But bet if you have a YouTube channel, no matter like when you started it, I probably have seen a video of yours, and if I remembered to do so, I'm probably sub to you because I'm on YouTube, like Monster Hunter YouTube, all the time. Like I might not know about everyone's Twitch, but like I know about like everyone's YouTube channel, and
cool.
I try and just like lurk and like share and stuff like that, because I feel like, yeah, like I don't know, I always feel like it's a lot, it's the YouTube Monster Hunter YouTube is more distant than the Twitch thing is, and I get why. So I think it would be cool to just kind of like bring it a bit closer together, like the Twitch community has been, because there's like I said, there is a lot of Monster Hunter YouTubers, but I feel like that guy is working way over there, this guy's working way over here. It's just like I don't even know if some of these people have talked to each other, and then you find them on Twitch, and it turns out they do. But if you don't watch Twitch, and like you only know these YouTubers, you might never even know that these people talk to each other.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people, unless they see me, well, they'll know when they see this podcast. They might not know that like I talk to you. People might not know that like I talk to Jinx and Tuna, or I guess more Tuna. Or people might not know that I talk to like a few runners because like I'm not always in the comments on YouTube, but like I'll be like in their Twitch chat and stuff. So yeah, man, I love that idea. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I've been really close friends with like Dark Hero and Jacob.
Oh, word. I feel like I haven't seen Dark Hero in a minute. Is he chilling?
He's chilling. He's been making some stuff. He's been talking about some things he's been working on. So he's around. He's around.
Oh, yeah, he's a homie. Yeah.
Yeah. He tried to live stream recently, but there was a lot of technical issues that didn't really work in his favor. And he was like, well,
yeah. Dude, that's such a bummer when you're trying to stream and then like a technical issue and it's just like, oh, I can't stream today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like serious mood kill. That's happened to me a couple times. I'm like, oh, I guess no stream today. Let me just sit here, I guess. Yes. But that's cool. He's doing
Fix
good.
this issue.
Yeah. And dude, I'm having technical issues like all the time. It's like a meme with my chat.
Oh god.
Like again, I'm like not computer savvy at all. I've gotten better, but like, dude, my old streams, my streams used to end essentially when my computer crashed. Like, it'd be like,
oh, no.
I wouldn't even like say goodbye. Yeah, the stream would just cut off, and then I'd type in the chat.
It's like,
Yeah,
so
I would.
stream's done. Too low.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like my stream would crash, and then like I'd go on like the mobile app. You know how you can like chat on the mobile app? From there, I'd be like, all right, guys, I guess this is it. See you next time. I can't even like say it on stream.
Damn.
Yeah, it's really funny. They've gotten better now. I've gotten a bit more consistent, but yeah, my streams used to be a mess in the beginning. It's really
Damn.
funny, actually.
Yeah, I
On the
used to
up
have
and
a
up.
few issues as well. Until I think the more you do something, the less issues you have. But then like the moment you take like a big break for something, you're gonna have issues.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Upgrading my PC has definitely helped on that end. I had been meaning to upgrade for a while,
Yeah.
and then I was like, well, what better time to do it than, freaking PC Iceborne coming out. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. Because it was on like my to-do list, but like not until later. But then I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's actually join in on PC like when it actually comes out instead of like in the summer or some shit.
This summer.
Yeah, right.
Herny.
Yeah, it's super cool. I didn't realize, dude, like how, because like again, I played a decent amount of World, but like not a lot.
Yeah.
And I especially missed like the PC launch of Base World, dude. I didn't realize how popular PC Monster Hunter is.
It's extremely popular.
It's so popular. Yeah, like I was thinking about it, I'm just like, oh, that's the reason World sold so well. It's on PC. Like I looked at how many people were playing and like the viewership and stuff. I was like, oh, like this is like more than both of the other consoles combined. I didn't realize like how crazy it is. So it's really cool to be a part of it this time because yeah, like my computer could not run PC World before, so really nice to be able to actually do it this time.
Yeah, I've been yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I really blew up was because of PC. I have both account on PC and PlayStation, and I switched between the two even like when PC was out. Mostly because like there's a community that just has it for PlayStation, or there's a community that just has it for PC. So I want to try and play with everyone.
Yeah. I'm gonna still be switching back and forth too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good amount. Nothing for the Xbox homies. Sorry guys. I always have a bunch of people like, trying to play with me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad because people are always like, hopefully we'll get cross-platform, and I'm just like, it's not gonna happen.
Maybe with console, but I don't think definitely
Yeah, I
not
can't.
with PC.
Yeah, unless like Sony just stops being so like.
Oh, they're not
against it. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just Monster Hunter now, actually.
Yeah, they've gotten chiller about a lot of things for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of free games, like free to play.
Yeah.
Have been going cross-platform, but until I see like actual AAA like $60 games going cross-platform, I can't really see it happening. But if I see like, I don't know, like a freaking COD go cross-platform, then I'm gonna be like, okay, might be possible, but we gotta wait and see.
That's crazy. Yeah, COD's already actually cross-platform now.
Yeah. One thing I could kind of see it is well, it's funny because the Stadia had a really wonky launch.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Stadia like actually becomes more competitive, I could see cross-platform becoming a thing to compete with like Stadia, or like to kind of stay on the level the playing field.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, not yet though, because Stadia it had a really weird launch and like it was super buggy.
It did, and not only that, but it was just like the advertising for it made no sense.
Yeah, it was strange.
It was really
it's
weird.
Like, what are you selling? They don't even know. Even their own commercial is not really sure how to talk about it.
Exactly. And I didn't understand until like a YouTuber, Jacksepticeye, made a review video about it, talking about it. It's basically like a controller, and then you have Stadia on like different. You can have it like on different things, like your PC. You can have it on your TV or something like that. Just as long as there's a connection to the internet.
It reminds me. Yeah, it reminds me of like. Do you remember the Ouya?
Ouya?
Yeah.
What is
that?
Ouya?
What it was called?
I have no idea.
It was like. Shit, I hope I'm not saying it wrong. It was like a weird controller. And it was just like all the games were on the controller. Like it was kind of like what the Stadia is now, but like a lot less competent. It was really bad. Yeah, like when you have free time, like look up just Ouya on YouTube, and you'll see why you don't know about it.
Yeah.
There's a reason, but you probably haven't heard about it.
Oh jeez. I know
but this one's like, what's up? What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say I know Steam tried to do something with.
They did. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know how it works really, but my friend uses it. But I have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's about. It's like some kind of like hub, and you can like connect anywhere.
Right. Right. Although the Stadia is backed by Google, so I could see them just totally throwing like another $1 million at it and be like, all right, make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we gotta wait and see.
Oh yeah.
How do we get on that tangent? That's my bad.
No, you're fine. Or you're just talking about like cross-platform, and we're talking about.
Yeah. PC, dude. Yeah, PC is the way, man. I understand. I understand now. I see it. Like I just saw like, dude, on PC launch, I don't think I've ever had a friends list that bustling ever in my life.
My entire like when I looked at like the Steam directory, like you see the entire friend list is playing Monster World. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, like not even console. I mean, there's a lot of people I haven't added on console, but I posted my like Steam ID on Twitter like the day before launch, so I got a lot of like people adding me. You should totally add me, by the way, so we can play.
For sure.
If you haven't already, I'm not sure. I just like checked everything and hit accept, so I didn't even check all the names. But dude, my friends like the only other crazy like friends list I can remember is like Cataclysm launch for World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, and even Warlords that had a lot of people coming back. Like that was the last time I saw like a friends list like that. But my friends list on like launch day for PC World was insane. I was like, oh my god, PC is the way.
I got emotional when I was doing the 24-hour live stream because it was just like I was doing PC Base World for a while. Like I did it like a lot. I would just do investigation after investigation. Whenever ATKT comes back, I would help around people with that.
Right.
And I saw like so many familiar faces come back on that day, and they were just like, "Yo, PC's back. We're back."
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Pretty cool, dude. Yeah, I was telling Fem, it's like a second launch almost. Yeah. It's honestly clever to just space it out like this because, like, you know, you put it out on console. It's hype. Console hype lasted a while. Like, I feel like, you know, not that console has died down. There was like a plateau period, and then like Safijiva, that update was huge. Mm-hmm. Like we got Stygian and a Siege. Like that was pretty dope, and like upgrades to the Guiding Lands. But then like once we start to plateau again, like boom, PC. And I feel like it's pretty smart because it's just like, it honestly feels like a second launch. It's just so much more, so many more sales because so many people got it. There were so many people who waited to get it on PC. And there's so many people like us who double dipped and just bought it twice because, you know, we just love the game.
Exactly.
And then you have so many people streaming it again. You have people making videos again. Yeah, dude, it's actually, I think they low-key do it on purpose. I mean, I'm sure they're taking time to like finish it and optimize it, but with my tinfoil hat on, I'm just like, they definitely wait, try and maximize their efficiency. But at least they didn't make everybody wait as long as last time, because this was only September. 4 months? No,
like 3 months.
3 months. Yeah, more or less.
I think it was. Like
but last time it was like 6. It was a while.
Really?
A while. Because we got it. Oh, wait, it was more. Because Base World for console came out
January.
In January something, 26.
I think it was January 26th. That's the anniversary for second year that's coming up.
Second year? Yeah. So I think that's when it released. And I feel like PC came out in the summer. Well, I could be wrong. Somebody can fact check that. I feel like it was a long time until PC came out. I feel like people were chilling on console for a minute.
I want to say.
Yeah, right? I feel like it was totally summer.
That's
because there was a reason I would have had a chance to actually try it, which would make sense if it was in the summer. So that's more free. But then I didn't stick with it, which means the summer like probably ended, and then I was like, oh, I don't have a lot of time. So yeah, it might be July, maybe even August. I gotta go check. But yeah, this time PC came out pretty darn fast.
I'm glad it did.
Man, it's killing it. I like the other night I was looking at it because I follow like my favorite games on Twitch, and it had like more viewership than Smash. It had more viewership than Just Chatting.
What?
Which is wild. I don't have I don't have Just Chatting saved. I don't even. Can you save entire categories? I was on the main page, and it was just showing everything, and it had. This was like second day. At a weird hour, so maybe that's why. But yeah, World had more people watching than Just Chatting, and I was like,
it's crazy.
Just Chatting. But it didn't have more views than Fortnite. We can't beat that one yet.
No, not yet. Damn, that thing is still blowing up. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Admiral Baru. I don't know if you know who that streamer is.
Who?
Admiral Baru, I think his name is.
Oh yes, yeah.
He
I
played
know
it.
the name. Yeah.
I was like, what? I didn't know he played Monster Hunter World.
Dude, a bunch of people. Freaking Justin Wong is loving it. A bunch of like pro league players or like ex-pro league players are playing it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It has a very niche community, but I feel like it's become mainstream
growing,
now.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I feel like it's been embraced by like the Souls community pretty well.
Oh, definitely.
Like I feel like they enjoy the difficulty that's there, and like the set making. I think, yeah, because I've seen a lot of like Souls. I watch a lot of like Souls speedruns, which is actually really funny because I'm like trash at the Souls games and I've not beaten any of them. Don't judge me, everyone in comments.
I haven't beat any of them. I got stuck at the.
I'm a fake fan, man. Like I'm a huge fan of the games and I haven't beaten any of them. Like I'm trash, but I want to do that. I want to like go through fucking everything, like Dark Souls 1. Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, well, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and then like fucking Sekiro, I guess.
Sekiro is amazing. Which I've heard, I started playing it.
I gotta play that. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like a lot of that community has like looked at the gameplay and they're like, oh, Dark Souls, and then like just came and started playing it and loved it. And I know like we're done with that comparison of like everything being compared to Souls, especially Monster Hunter. But I feel like in this manner it worked in our favor. I feel like we got a lot of those players to play.
I feel like it's an easy way to describe games too. Like when people describe games, it's like, okay, have you played Dark Souls? Yes. Essentially, it's like Dark Souls.
I know it's a meme, but
yeah,
like you can't. Sometimes it's just an easy way to describe something for sure. Yeah. But yeah. No, the reach that World has gotten is insane. Like, well, actually, that could be a nice topic to talk about. So when did you start Monster Hunter?
World.
World? Okay, yeah.
I actually started with World.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Like that just goes to show how many people it brought in. Like to anyone who's been playing for a while. Like I remember when Monster Hunter was trending because of Zenogre. Remember when Zenogre came out on console and like Zenogre was trending? Like just the name Zenogre. I was like, what? Like well, not trending on all of Twitter, but like on gaming Twitter. And I was like never in 100 years would I have thought that like one Monster Hunter would be trending in anything. I remember I saw a Monster Hunter like
I didn't know that.
commercial on Snapchat. You know how like Snapchat has like the little news section or whatever with like the ads and stuff? There was like a Monster Hunter ad there and I was like, what? Like I started seeing it in places and I was like, no way. So yeah, it's still weird for me to think about like how big it is now. Because yeah, I keep wanting to say it's like a small niche game, but it's like totally not anymore. Like I guess it's still niche, but not to the degree, you know, there's more than 20 of us playing now, unlike back then.
Exactly. I actually got introduced to it by Mother Coconuts. I met him through Overwatch. Yeah.
Oh.
And then he was like, "You should play this game. It's gonna be the big thing." And I'm like,
"Nice." He made.
What is this game?
No, yeah, I tried getting one of my friends to play it, and he bought 4 Ultimate, right? The fucking almighty praised game,
Mm-hmm.
and he sold it. He played it for like 2 weeks, and he sold it back to GameStop.
Ouch.
And now he's playing World. So that just goes to show that people who never wanted to try it because it was on 3DS, that was one thing he didn't like.
Yeah.
Or people who did try it and gave up. Even World nabbed those guys. They nabbed the non-believers.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the reach of the game has just been tremendous. And like, once the honeymoon phase is over, people like will talk about what they don't like about World or Iceborne, but it's not perfect, and I'll definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect and it does have its issues, but you definitely can't deny what it's done for the series as a whole. Like, it's insane.
Like, people put like a lot of love into it, and like there's so many different things they've done, like all the like tiny things in it too. Like, they put so much detail in.
Yeah. I was like standing in the what's the babushka cat's name? The grandma cat.
The grandma cat, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like staring at the cats in the background, and they're like, they have like these entire like cooking animations. Like, if you just go to the kitchen and like look at the cats, they're like full on preparing food. It's not just like one looped animation. Like, they go for a while. Like, they'll actually like finish baking something, and I'm just like, that's such a cool little detail.
It
I
is.
love the cats.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who doesn't love the palicos? No, yeah, like Iceborne, although like World kind of got the like, oh, this doesn't really look like Monster Hunter in the beginning, if you remember that. And while it is like a much more like new look, it's so Iceborne, especially, it's so Monster Hunter, dude. Like, Celiana, the base, it's like much more. It felt nostalgic when I first got there, and it was just like, how is this nostalgic? I haven't even been here yet. But I remember when I first was like just standing in Celiana, I was like, yo, this feels like, well, I think I tweeted this. I was like, this feels like Poke Village and the Tavern from Tri. And those are my two favorite. Well, Poke Village is my favorite hub, and the Tavern is my favorite online hub. And like, Celiana plus its hub is a combination of the two. And I was like, yeah, this is like the best base. Celiana instantly went to my favorite village / base or whatever, because it's just awesome.
Definitely, that's cool, dude. The Celiana base, like, they brought a lot more conveniences into it too, where you can like talk to so many people and everything, and get things done that you need to, the farm and all that stuff.
Yeah, they like, and we're lucky because like they actually, like, it feels like any complaint that I saw, not every, but it looks like a lot of complaints that I saw in Base World, like, were almost directly addressed, or at least partially addressed in Iceborne. I think we're really lucky with like, one, the game's devs that actually try and make those changes, and that we have community managers that actually like relay that feedback well. Because I've played, like, we've all played a bunch of games, and not every game does that. Like, not every game comes in, like, Yuri and Socks will go in people's chats on Twitch. They'll play with you. They'll respond to like people they can on Twitter. Not every game like has tried to change that. And I remember back then, and I always bring this up because like it was pretty unfortunate, but WoW in the beginning used to do that.
Yeah.
But then, and I always use this to when I'm trying to tell people to just take it easy, because I know something can be frustrating, but you gotta like not take it out on like the people who made the game. WoW devs used to come into the forums a lot, but then I don't know what it was. There was some issue. Someone like sent a death threat to a dev.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, they full on, I don't know if they threatened them there in the forum or sent it to them. This was a big deal. And then like after that, they just stopped talking to people on the forums. So I don't think no one would send a death threat to like people like Capcom. But at the very least, it just goes to show that if you want something changed, like, getting really angry about it is not going to get it done.
No.
I feel like complaining is totally valid, especially if it's coming from a place of one experience and research. Like if you've tested something multiple times and you're just like, all right, Capcom, like the clutch claw keeps taking me to the butt when I'm clearly aiming at the head. I think that's a valid complaint for sure. But if it's just like, if you just send them like, yo, fix this fucking game, excuse my language, that's not gonna get anything done. You gotta like, you know, give them examples and then, you know, say what's going on. And like I feel like 8 times out of 10 they'll probably try and change what they can.
Exactly. Well, they really do, and they really listen to what we have to say as well. Like the whole layered armor situation.
Oh yeah.
That. Oh my god, I was so happy that they added that.
Pretty cool.
It was really cool.
And like I know people wanted them to change the weapons, but I didn't think weapons were going to change because that's kind of hard to change and code in with an already released game. I was like, I don't think we're going to get weapon changes. But once I saw everyone asking for layered, I was like, all right, we'll definitely get that. Like I can't see them not doing that. And then like lo and behold, we got it in like the next update. Well, we're getting it in pieces, but I think it's still pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I think it's smart that they're doing pieces too, because otherwise, like the way they make it work is like you have to grind for different materials from like the guiding lands or and other hunts that you get from parts from monsters and everything. So I think they did it really smart because it gives you another thing to grind for, which is so many things to grind.
And you
for
get
now.
to like actually hang out in that set, because like if they just released everything, then like everyone would rush to the end and like make their, I don't know, their Runer Nurg layered or their, I don't know, what's another popular one?
Odegarin.
Lunastrum. Odegarin, yeah. But I like how they did it in groups, so you see people hanging out in like, I don't know, Puke, and then now you see people hanging out in high rank Odo. Yeah, because if they just released everything like high rank and G rank, you know, everyone would skip to G rank and just pick their favorites. But like now we're switching it up. Like right now I'm hanging out in the Zora, like me and like 3,000 other people. I see that one all the time because it looks clean as hell.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like once we get like, I think they're gonna release the Gamma layers for the elders, the high rank ones. So you're probably gonna see people in Gamma Xeno or Gamma Nergi because those look clean as well. And then as soon as they give us actual master rank, then you're gonna see people in like master rank Odo or like master rank. I forgot the freaking bird, Legiana. I was forgetting Legiana's name.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude! Like,
But yeah. It's
so
smart.
many.
It's smart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I feel like they definitely listen to feedback when they can.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy they do. Like, I feel like they have such a more connected community when they do that, because when they connect, other people connect.
Yeah, I feel like like they definitely listen. Like I played League for a long time, and I feel like Riot just did whatever the hell they wanted. I don't even feel like they would. Yeah, I don't feel like well, League is a tricky one because like they had LCS raking in that money, so they like pretty much did all balance changes, or at least most, around like competitive play. But you can't blame them because like that's their main thing. Like you can't nerf a Mumu because like he's winning too many normal games, you know. So it makes sense. But it just feels nice to be heard. I guess it kind of helps that there isn't really like, well, I guess it helps that Monster Hunter is a co-op game, so like changes will always be or usually be made in the interest of the player and not of the viewer. I know games that bring in a lot of revenue from like competitive scenes and tournaments. That's a big issue that Street Fighter used to have. I don't play a lot of Street Fighter, but I have a lot of friends in the FGC, and I know that's like an issue that we don't have to deal with, like balancing and making something more enjoyable for people to watch, but not so fun for players, or vice versa. You might have something that's really fun or optimal for players, and then like it's not fun to watch, which definitely used to happen to League. Like sometimes the most optimal way to play League was like really safe and passive, so then they would like purposely buff like super aggressive options so that the game would be funner to watch. We don't have to deal with that because Monster Hunter it's always going to be fun, are not fun to watch. Like it's just one thing, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
gonna be. It's just gonna be subjective forever, depending on the weapon. So yeah, I think we're in an interesting spot where they can they have a bit more freedom for sure.
Yeah, it's really
What's
cool.
it? What weapon do you usually play? Because when I've tuned in, I've seen you on a couple different things.
My main is insect glaive. I love that
Glaive,
weapon.
right? I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah. I challenged myself to do like a full playthrough of Iceborne for PC on longsword only.
Nice, yeah.
I was terrible.
That's a great way to learn a weapon too. Wait, what happened?
I was terrible.
Dude, I can't say anything. I'm trash at longsword. I'm trying to get better. But I was gonna say that's a good way to learn a weapon. Like a really old, not that old, but like just a common thing was just like if you wanted to learn a new weapon, play through the story with it. That's been like a kind of ongoing thing since like Freedom Unite. Like if you wanted to like learn hammer, just start the story over again on a new file and like do hammer only, and like you really bond with a weapon when like you're using it from its bone form, you know, like from when it's like super bad and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I was doing something similar for PC as well. I'm playing mostly longsword as well, but also hunting horn because I've been meaning to get better at hunting horn, and I would just keep like essentially procrastinating. So I'm just like, oh, well, let me just do it on PC. But I still sneak in some Lance games in there because I love that weapon.
I noticed. Lance is really chill
shit
weapon.
right
Probably because I watch Jared Peko play a lot. On Lance.
Lance is really chill.
Oh goodness.
It's
Sorry.
and
One
it's so
second.
good in this game. Lance is chill. You watch Pekko play it.
Yeah.
Lance is really chill. It's just really strong in this game. But honestly, like everything in Iceborne, I feel like everything in Base World was strong. But I feel like everything in Iceborne is like pretty evenly. I hesitate to use the word balance because there's always going to be stuff that's really strong. Heavy bogan. And there's always going to be stuff that's like really strong in like every game. But for the most part, I feel like nothing is left in the dust. Because in the past, you know, what was it? It was like hunting horn, forgotten. Gun lance, forgotten. Everything else, mediocre. And then like heavy bowgun, great sword. Well, it depends on the game. So like in GU, it was like heavy bowgun, striker lance, brave longsword was like the three.
Yeah.
And then you had like everything else be pretty darn solid, not too far behind. But then you still had like hunting horn way in the bottom. Gun lance got some more love thanks to Adab style, but it's not very played much.
Yeah.
And then same thing with 4 ultimate. You had freaking heavy bowgun is strong in every game just because of how that weapon is balanced. But in terms of blade master, it was like charge blade, great sword, insight glaive, and those were like, dude, if you looked at like speedruns of those 3 weapons, they were like leagues ahead of everything else.
Yeah.
Like they just did so much damage. Like even I stopped playing Lance, dude. I abandoned my mains and I joined the Insect Glaive Master Race, and I was like, I need to play one of these 3 weapons because they're all insane. And I ended up picking Insect Glaive as my powerful 3. But and even with GU, even though there are the three top weapons, everything else still feels pretty good. It might still be weaker. Like hunting horn may be slower to kill something, but you'll be damned if you're not having like a blast playing it. You know what I mean? Like Valor hunting horn or even just a guild hunting horn is super fun. So like they have at least achieved in making like everything really fun and diverse. And then in World, they kind of capitalized that. Like even in Base World, like, you know, you had like Charge Blade being really strong, bow, but like everything was like solid, and that's pretty hard to achieve. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. And then they kind of like improved upon that in Iceborne. I mean, I guess maybe not improved, but like almost the same. Like there's still like things that are really strong, but things got a lot more love. Like I see a lot more people playing hunting horn. I see a lot more gun lance. I see a lot
Yeah.
more dual blades, which is weird because dual blades was good in base world, but like I just didn't see it. Well, it's probably because elemental is a lot better in Iceborne, and like that just helps dual blades, because they scale very. Dual blades are very like tailored to the game. Like if elemental is good in that weapon, if elemental is good in that game, then dual blades are good, and if elemental is not so great in that game, then dual blades are not good. So it's kind of interesting, but they'll always be like decent, just depending on like what they have in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think Iceborne is pretty cool in the sense that like everything is pretty balanced fun wise, and like sort of balanced damage wise.
Oh yeah.
I'll
for
say
sure.
that one lightly.
Yeah, there's. I think it's really interesting too. They keep track of like what's being most used and stuff.
Yeah, the Wyverian and stuff. I love when you like go up to him and he's just like, your weapon is the 7th most used in the game. It's so funny. It always makes me laugh because I'm like, I expect these like Yoda like characters to give me this like sage advice, and it's just like,
Yeah,
it's just weapon statistics, and I find that so funny.
that's really funny. Yeah, and hunting horn was like the least used, right?
Yeah, hunting horn was probably, that sounds about right.
I
wanna
think
say
so.
that or
Or something
Gunlance,
like
but
that.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. And like, dude, now it freaking destroys. It's so much damage.
It's
awesome.
crazy. Have you seen Safia's hunting horn?
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
It's an
On
eyeball.
console, yeah, I finally like. I didn't get to do as much Sapphire as I wanted, so I mainly awakened. Like, you know, if you can only do so much, you just awaken your mains first. So I got all the elemental lances, and I awakened them, plus the blast and para lance, and then like once I had all the, and I got the sleep one, but I didn't awaken it, but I was like, let me just get it. And then once I got that, I started to look at others, but I didn't have a lot of time. But I made it a point to at least get and awaken a hunting horn with like attack melody on it, because dude, it's so good. It's so good, and they look so cool too.
Nice. So speaking of hunting horn, I think I came across your channel. I think randomly at some point.
Oh, did you
through
see
your-
the meme?
The meme video, yeah, that's like, what, 3 million views right now, which is crazy.
Dude, it's, yeah, that video is so funny. You know, you want to know something funny about that video? I made it in like 20 minutes. Like, me and Maggie got the idea, and I was like, all right, I'll do this really quick after work. I was in the middle of like doing another like mini series. I was doing like the What's the Difference series. And I was like, oh, let me just like squeeze out this video real quick. Like whatever, you know? And then, yeah, dude, like within a month, I was like, what the heck? So many people are watching this. And then I saw it getting comments from like these big channels, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then, yeah, now it's like, yeah, it hit 1 million. It hit 1 million, which is already ridiculous for me, because I was just like, what the heck? And yeah, now I checked it like a while ago. It was like at 2 million. I haven't checked it in a while, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just more. But that video, I try not to like check my YouTube analytics anymore. I used to, but I'm trying to like not look at the numbers of things, because I feel like that'll just like stress you out. But back then when I used to check, no matter what I posted that week, the hunting, so you can see your top 5 most viewed YouTube videos somewhere in the analytics, and no matter what, the meme hunting horn video was always in the top 5. even if I posted a new video that week, sometimes the hunting horn video surpassed it, which I thought was really, really funny, because it's
That's
just
hilarious.
keeps getting watched, and it's hilarious.
That is crazy.
But,
I mean, like,
yeah.
it still relates like today.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's still appropriate. Yeah, probably more so now, because hunting horn got even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I saw that clip with Jack Black, I was like, all right, I gotta do something for the hunting horn bros. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
So good. Yeah, speaking of with YouTube and everything, how did you get started, I guess? Like, how'd you come across everything?
Yeah. How did I? That's a good question. I Oh well, I made my channel. I made a YouTube channel like early in high school, and it was literally like they're all like on private now,
Yeah.
but I have a bunch of like just videos of me playing with my friends, just playing like TF2, and like Left 4 Dead. So anyone who subscribed to me early, they weren't private or unlisted. I think no, is it private or unlisted? I think it's unlisted, so I can still share the link. Um, Anyone who was subbed to me way back when, they were not hidden. So some of you guys probably saw um, my old TF2 videos.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
but yeah, I started my channel literally just to like, it's just me and my friends fucking around. Yeah, we would play like whatever game we decided to play that day. But it mainly was Left 4 Dead and TF2, just stuff on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, it was like just that. Like that. So that's why my YouTube channel was made. Uh, Definitely, I didn't make my channel with the intention of becoming a YouTuber, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Which is probably why when I typoed my name, I didn't fix it because I was just like,
It's whatever.
uh, uh, and then like, yeah, I forgot about it. Forgot about it for years, and then it was when I was in college, uh, where I was kind of just, I had free. You have like college is weird. You have like a disproportionate amount of free time. Like you're not exactly super free, but you have like these weird gaps of time, right? Like we got it. Like you can do stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, like what should I do? So I was like playing. I was being pretty competitive with stuff. I was like, that's when I was playing a lot of League. Still playing WoW. And then I was playing Monster Hunter, like, because I found Monster Hunter way like before I made my channel, because I was playing it. I started with Freedom on the PSP, but like I just played it. It was just like one of the handheld games I played.
Yeah.
But then when 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate came out, it kind of like rekindled it for me, because like I played Try. 3 Ultimate didn't have multiplayer if you got it on the 3DS. 3DS 3U only had local, and if you wanted to play online, you had to only the Wii U version had online, and I didn't buy a Wii U, so I was like, oh well, it's kind of a bummer. I didn't really like playing solo that much back then. Like I liked playing it with people.
Yeah.
Like I would play solo if I had to, but it was much more appealing to me to play with friends.
Oh, definitely.
So I was kind of bummed off of 3U. And since I played so much Try, I played a lot of Try. Because even though I started with Freedom, Try was the game that made me fall in love with the series. I feel like 3rd Gen did that for a lot of people. Like Sammy, Chris. 3rd Gen is like it's the nostalgic game for us.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Try. And 3U is like, it's the same village. I mean, it's the ultimate version, right? So like it's obviously expanded upon, but it has a lot of similar stuff. So I wasn't as motivated to play it, so I definitely didn't plow through it that time. But then when 4U came out, I got much more back into it, and it bummed me out that I couldn't get access to portable third. So that's kind of why 4U was like, oh, this game again, because I kind of like put Monster Hunter down for a minute after 3 Ultimate. And then I started to watch 4 Ultimate. Was a tough game. And like I never really used to look things up for 3 Ultimate. I watched Monster Hunter videos, like there were runs way back when. Team Darkside was already around way back when. A lot of like other earlier runners that don't really play anymore. There's a lot of like people who I don't see anymore. But 4U made me look things up, because it was a tough game. Like just there were things you needed to know. There were monsters that were hard. There were a lot of weapons, and it was just like, well, what's the strongest? And that's when I found Gaijin Hunter's channel, and Gaijin Hunter was like the godfather back then. Like if you needed something, you went to his channel. And whenever like my friends would ask me a question, I wouldn't even ask them the question. I would just link them his channel, which is really funny. So I found his channel, and I just thought it was just very, very like just a good channel. Like the info was there. It was like, just put it out. It was chill. And I was like, word, this is cool. And then around the similar time, I found Kanta's channel, and like Ori's channel, and a bunch of like other some of the first speedrunners that I found, Paradise's channel, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, like speedrunning is still a thing. Cool. So I would get like my informational stuff from Gaijin, and I would like watch runs and see this informational stuff in practice on like Cantavid. And then I got the brilliant idea, and I was like, well, I could do this too. which is how it all starts for everyone. It's just, oh well, I could do this, not in like a conceited way, but like, yeah, you know, why don't I get involved with this too? I love this game again. So I shelled out the fucking $500 for a capture card 3DS, because you could send yours to get modded, which was only like 200 something, or you could buy a 3DS with the mod. So you were paying for the mod and for the 3DS, which is why it would come out to like 400 something plus tax plus delivery free from Katsukini in Japan.
I was nervous about that.
Yeah, dude, it was an endeavor. It was an investment. Like, I was in school working at Starbucks, so I wasn't making a lot of money. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna have to go cheap on my meals for a minute and like eat cup noodles only. But yeah, I was like, all right, let me order it, and I did, and it took forever to come because I ordered at like a rush period. There had just been a bulk order amount because something else came out, Pokemon, like what Pokemon game came out around the same time as 4 Ultimate? I want to say, let's just say X and Y. That sounds about right, because I think I was
X and Y was sophomore. Was it 2012?
Yeah, I don't know if it had just come out, but Pokemon was a reason. They said it in the email. They were like, a lot of people want to stream or record 3DS footage because that was still very rare for early on. And it was Pokemon. It was Pokemon and something else that were like really big. And meanwhile, is me over here. I'm like, I just want it for Mouse Center. So yeah, it took a while. Like, I ordered this in like October. This shit didn't come until like April. It took a long time. Oh, but yeah, I was on a 2DS. I was on a 2DS because my my first 3DS broke. So I was playing on a 2DS, and I was like, well, this kind of hurts my hand, so I don't want to send in a 2DS to get modded. That's kind of whack. So I just bought the 3DS modded. And then then it came, and then I was like, all right, I didn't plan for this. I had like 5 months to think about what kind of videos I was going to make, and I didn't plan anything. So I like did nothing. I had my capture card, and I like did nothing with it. I like recorded like clips. It took me forever to get it working because I was dumb, and I was like, how does this work? And then I think that summer I started to do some runs. And then like one of my runs got like posted on Reddit, and it did kind of well, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I started with runs, and I get asked this a lot, and I get asked why I don't speedrun anymore. And in the beginning, and you can even see by my origin story, I used to look at what content was being made, and it was just like, well, you either sped run, or you were like an already big YouTube channel talking about Monster Center. And it was like, well, I'm not a big YouTube channel, so I guess I'll speed run so people can like at least discover me. Yeah. So that was why I did it, because like I just didn't know what else to do. But I knew that it wasn't the main thing I wanted to do. I wanted to do like guides or like stuff where I talked and like little creative ideas. And essentially, once I did do my first video where I talked, and once it did well, that was my green flag, where it was like, okay, people like don't hate my voice and they don't hate me. I can do some more talking videos. And then I went ahead with that. So like I still sped run on and off for a while, but I definitely did more like talking stuff. And then as you can see now, more guides and just more interactive stuff has taken the forefront, because it's what I really wanted to do. Although I will get back into speedrunning one day, probably soon, because I've been enjoying Iceborne so much. But yeah, more or less, that is a big old synopsis of how I got into it. Just, I thought it was so cool. The game was picking up. It was not easy to get a capture card. I don't know like why I decided to do that. Like, there was such an investment. But I'm
Yeah.
glad I did, man. I'm glad I did because I'm part of this community, and like YouTube has been super fun.
Oh,
It can
definitely.
be stressful. I don't know if YouTube is fun, but making videos is fun. That's a better way to put it.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, making videos is definitely a lot of fun. I've been
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
More so now. I did playthrough videos when it was dying, so I
Yeah,
didn't
there was a
receive.
lot of that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
For Bomb Center.
I never like gained any growth from that. I think yeah, it was only until like I started doing Monster Hunter, solely just Monster Hunter videos, that I started getting a little more growth from it, and I was like, oh cool, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna shoot in this.
No, yeah, like it was literally like, what do I do? I didn't know what to do, and I literally sped run because I thought that it was like, well, I guess this is what you do if you have a capture card. Like that's literally why I was like, because like I was definitely much more competitive when I was younger, so like it wasn't out of character for me, but it was random because like I was competitive in like MOBAs and fighting games, not like I didn't speed run, so that was kind of weird. Even my friends were like, "Oh, you speed run games now?" And I was like, "I guess." Like I don't know. Yeah, like it was weird. It was like out of character sort of. But I did enjoy it, and like it was like a good way to test, how good you were. Like it would be like, "Oh, like I'm pretty good against an ogre with sword and shield. Let me just try a run of that." And that's basically how I would pick. I was like, "Oh, what monster am I doing pretty good with, and with what weapon? Okay, let me try a run with that weapon." That's pretty much how I do it.
Nice. Yeah, I saw your video, and I haven't watched the entirety of it yet, but the Rajang video when you were talking about Rajang and you were doing
Oh
the one
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about Tigrex and stuff.
yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I definitely want to do a video talking about like Gore Magala, because I absolutely love that monster to pieces.
That's probably one of my faves. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Just like, and that's a good thing, and this is kind of like connected to my point from earlier. Like, the content is so much more diverse now. You still got plenty of speedruns. In fact, the speedrunning community has like bloomed. There's so many more speedrunners. 'Cause back then there was like a handful.
It's crazy, yeah.
Like to give you an idea, like I like at one point I like knew and had even personally talked to at least once one on one with all the speedrunners in the
Damn.
community, because there was not that many. It was pretty easy to reach out, and like all of them were chill and would just respond. But like now there's a lot more. Like now I don't know all of them and I don't talk to all of them, and especially like I'm not as involved in that scene anymore. But yeah, it was very small, and like a lot more people speedrun now, especially the Souls players who that's what they do. They take stuff out fast. So
Yeah.
yeah, that blew up. But because as what happens when a game grows, is a lot of more ideas. Like now we got like Monster Hunter animations. We got like narrated little stories. We got a bunch of guides from so many different people, different kinds of guides too, like some like more jokey, some really serious to the point. We still got playthrough stuff. Yeah, there's a lot now. And like at the end of the day, like that's what helps the community grow, because like it's got to be something for everyone. Like if someone is really competitive, then they'll be attracted by a speedrun video. But if someone's
Yeah.
more chill, they might be attracted by the funny playthrough or the funny Twitch highlights video. And back then, like it was just I feel like it was intimidating, because it was like if you looked Moss Center up, it was just a really bulky, detailed video of information and numbers, or a speedrun, and neither of them are very welcoming. It's just like, oh god, like really high gameplay and a lot of numbers. I don't like either of these things. I'm not gonna play this game. But like now there's like, much more welcoming kind of videos, which is pretty cool.
Actually. Yeah, I want to look into like making funny moment videos too. I just need to find the time to record with everyone.
For sure, yeah.
Because especially time zones. Time zones suck, man.
Yo, time zone. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah,
'Cause
time
as
zones.
some-
As the community has grown, I've come to realize for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only people I only ever used to really play, I used to play a lot of WoW with like people in Cali, so I'm used to the 3-hour one. But and like even now, there's a lot of homies in Cali, right now. But now we got a lot of like EU pals. So we got like the 6 hour, 5 hour difference. I got people with like 11 and 12 hour differences.
Oh my god.
Way in like, East Asian countries. Yeah, it's like all over the place. Like people will tune into my stream and be like, "Hey, it's 3 a.m. here," and I'm like, "What are you doing? Go to sleep." Like I appreciate you being here, but like, don't like lose sleep,
Exactly.
And especially for correlating like any kind of content and stuff, it's tough. It's super tough. That's why you'll see me with the same few people every now and then. Like it's really easy for me to like, multi with Sammy or someone who's on the East Coast with me. But I do want to definitely play with a lot more people because like it's just been so easy to get into. What's up?
You're in East Coast?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dirty Jersey.
Dirty Jersey. Oh wow, really? Jeez. Huh. I used to go to New Jersey quite a bit. That's actually pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Nice. I live in New Hampshire.
I don't know if anyone else like lives in Jersey. There's a couple of peeps in New York. Like I've hung out with the admins from Moss NYC. I've hung out with Pecco. Pecco was actually at the Gen Ultimate launch party. They were there. They were in a Glavinus Kigu, which is really cute.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a few homies in New York, and like even I live in Jersey, but like I can hop on a bus and be in New York in 30 minutes because I'm like right here. But yeah, like it's easy for me to get to New York at least. So if there's anyone who's ever like visiting New York, if you're ever visiting New York, just hit me up and I can get into the city super easily.
That's cool. Yeah, I visited New York too, because Mother Coconuts, he had like a meetup sort of thing. So I wanted to go see him because he's been like a longtime friend of mine. And so I drove all the way down there. I went and took a bus and everything, and we're only there for like an hour, and it was like a whole day trip, and then we went all the way back.
Damn. Wait, where are you at right now? Where do you live?
New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say, like Maryland, but I'm like that doesn't sound right. But north, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, essentially. And so it's like from me to you is probably like around a 4.5 hour trip or so.
A bit of a drive, yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The community really is all over the place. It's like,
it is, yeah.
It's wild actually, because yeah, like I said, the most it was just other people. Like I played with like other people. Like there was somebody in my guild who was like in the Philippines. There was like someone who was I want to say like Ukraine. Yeah, there was someone in my guild who was like in the Ukraine. But for the most part, you didn't really see it because like server issues. Like same thing with League. Like they probably played on like a server that was closer to them. But with stuff on PC, or I mean, stuff back then was on PC as well. What am I saying? On Moss Center, like there's just one server. Like there's not multiple servers or anything like that. So yeah, everyone is just like, well, like I'll just see you online whenever I'm up, whenever that is. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's all over the place, which is really cool.
Oh, definitely.
Very diverse community, like overall. Like I've seen like there's meetups in the UK. I've seen that there's speaking of the Philippines, there was like a charity for it's like it was like a charity for this was a while back for like a blood related disease. It starts with H, hemo something. Hemophilia? Doesn't sound right.
Sounds familiar.
It was in the Philippines. It was a member of a community there who was suffering from this blood related illness. So they did a charity, and if you wanted to participate in the charity, you hunted Seregios because Seregios would bleed you. So we were on 4 Ultimate at the time. Orgy or Generations? No, 4 Ultimate. It was definitely on the 3DS. And yeah, that was such a cool idea. Like it was like you hunted Seregios, to raise money or to bring awareness to like the blood related disease. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, I've seen like meetups like all over the place now, which is super cool. Because the only one I had really heard of was like meetups in New York, but now I mean hell, even here alone, I've seen meetups in Texas. I've seen meetups in Boston, meetups in LA. Pretty cool. It's like it truly has blossomed like all over the place, which is awesome.
Oh, definitely. Speaking of charities and stuff, we talked about it a little bit before we got in call, but
word, yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing charities for the one for Australia, which is the one you're doing. Are you still doing it, or?
Well, I did it that one day. I mean, dude, shit is still on fire. So
yeah, I know. I can imagine. Yeah.
I might do another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it, and yeah, I did the one charity that day because I was like, I wanted to do something, and as I was mentioning to you before, it's kind of weird to do like a charity for YouTube because it's just much more like singular compressed content. And especially for me, who's inconsistent, it's like once a month or once every 2 months. But with streaming, it's much easier to get into something like a charity group or do like charity events. So I decided to do one to go towards the fires for Australia, and I was raising money for that, to send money straight to the fire department in New Wales, North Wales, no. New South Wales, which is like, if you look at the map, it's the part that's like really, really fucked. Like, because there's the fires are all over the place, but like it's like on the bottom right, and like that's where like a lot of the fire is concentrated. So I was raising money for that department in specific, and then for Wires and the Koala Hospital, which are helping to the Koala Hospital is just for the koalas, but Wires, which is Wildlife Institution, it's an acronym, and they're helping to evacuate and relocate animals being like misplaced by the fire, which is really cool. So I did one that day, but one thing you mentioned earlier was in the fall, I and a bunch of other awesome people, Coconuts, Equinox, Sammy, Chris, Kanta, a bunch of people that are still in there. We did a group charity for we formed a Discord, which is like, we want it to be a consistent thing, and every now and then we'll like reunite and then pick a new thing. So the first one was towards St. Jude's Children's Hospital for childhood cancer. Yeah. And like I said, totally hit Chris up. Actually, I've been meaning to hit him up to see like when the next one is. Honestly, maybe we should do a group one for Australia. Since
that'd be
things
cool.
are like still, yeah. And then you just you make a Tiltify account. It was actually pretty complicated, but Coconuts, shout outs to the boy, he made like a little video and he shared it in the Discord of like how to properly like link it up together. So that way when someone donates to you, they can donate straight to the Tiltify, but your OBS will still show the notification, because it helps if the person donating sees their amount go to something,
Yeah.
a little like instant gratification there. So you can set up Tiltify alerts on OBS, and it actually has an add-on for it now, which is really good. So if we ever have to do it again, it'll be a lot easier. And then no matter, so like if people donated $20 to me, $20 to Coconuts, $20 to Kanta, it'll all show up as the $60 coming from charity hunters going towards St. Jude's. And I thought that was a super cool idea. Again, idea was from Chris from Team Darkside, and he basically had the same realization that the Twitch community is very involved with each other. Like a lot of us talk pretty much from all sections. Like speedrunners talk with streamers, who talk with just people who play casually, who talk with people who do all sorts of stuff. Like everyone's talking. So he was like, why don't we just all get together and do like a big group charity, because we are in contact with each other. And then we easily filled that Discord up with like 20 something people, like a team of 20, probably more now. And then we got to work. We did it. So hopefully we do one of those like that again, which is a pretty cool thing to be a part of, and made a lot easier again by like just how well the Twitch community talks to each other. I got another follow. It's so funny that OBS is doing the sounds.
That's
I guess
funny.
because it's yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, well, let's totally get you in the next one because it was kind of like quietly done. I mean, it's probably like to just keep track of it and all because like
Yeah.
he approached everyone by DM, so it was probably just to kind of keep it organized, not have like because I'm sure if Chris just put like I want to do a charity, then everyone's gonna be like yo me like I want to help because I'm sure a lot of people would want to help, but then it would be like so many messages. So I think he like asked people who he thought would be willing to do it, and then we went from there. But I saw people afterwards who saw what we were doing that that weren't invited, you know, again, not in like a malicious way, like they weren't part of it, who wanted to be a part of it, and then later asked and then joined in. Yeah, I think like Sammy wasn't in the group at first, but then we added him. We added like Noodles was in there, Aster was in there.
Yeah.
We just added a bunch of people like as we went. And if you can't participate in like one of the weeks or like one of the specific goals for that month or that 2-week period, then there's always like the next one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to join if you the invitation ever pops up, and that would be
Yeah,
more
for
than
sure,
happy
dude.
to. Yeah.
If he mentions like, do you guys, if he's like, do you know anyone else who would want to do it? I'll let him know. I'll be
Alright,
like, your
sounds
boy
good.
Phil, he wants in.
Sweet. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd be more
Yeah.
than happy to help out with that. Yeah, the Muslim community's done like a lot of good for a lot of things, which is really really cool. Like the charity
Yeah,
work
there's been
and
like
everything.
a couple. Yeah, there's been a few. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's again like just one pretty cool advantage that Twitch has over YouTube. I feel like if done properly in an organized way, you could probably get a really nice charity thing going on YouTube as well. But again, like I was telling you before, does it feel like it's not even that like YouTubers don't talk to each other, because they do, because a lot of YouTubers also stream and they talk on Twitch or like they talk on Twitter. It's just harder to organize. Like for Twitch, just set up Tiltify, boom, all the money goes to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like for YouTube, it could be like everyone puts the link in their description, they mention it in their video, but then like that's pretty much it. I feel like the Twitch is kind of like more direct, you know, like you're streaming, you can tell people about it. Like when people do like commands donate, you can talk about like, oh, this month we're raising money for this. Here's the link if you want to look up this organization and see what they do. Like it's just much more involved. And being involved is definitely something that helps for charity. So I think that's one super, super cool thing that I like about Twitch for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. And going into other things, with what you do on your channel for like Twitch and YouTube and everything, is there anything you hope to like achieve like in the future for what you do?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I was starting to mention this before when we were setting up, but I think my goal, I don't really like make New Year's resolutions. 'Cause I feel like whenever I did in the past, I would just like not do them. I think if I just like try, like I was telling you before, like I kind of inadvertently did a goal for 2019 without even setting that goal. And I feel like, you know, I didn't set out in 2019 to become partner. I didn't set out to do like a lot of things. I didn't really set out to do anything specific, but just by like kind of just doing what you enjoy and like what you like doing, I feel like they come more naturally that way. I don't know. Whenever I set like whenever I make like a to-do list or like a goal list, I like don't achieve any of that. But if I just like kind of just go, it kind of does it. So sometimes I don't like to speak what I'm planning into the universe because I feel like I halt myself, but I'm gonna answer your question. My main goal is basically just to find my thing still.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you before, depending on like what year you found me, 2017, 2018, 2019, my videos have wildly differed in quality. I think the quality has gone up because I went from, you know, Windows Movie Maker to Sony Vegas Pro, you know, much more like obvious upgrades, yes. But I feel like my I've kind of bounced around what I want to do. Like I don't even really know. I like to. I still. I. This is not even like now. I do. No, I still don't know. So my goal is to like kind of just find something that is consistently enjoyed by my community, that is consistently enjoying to do for me, because you gotta like what you're doing. Like my speed runs used to do pretty well on YouTube, but like I know that it wasn't really fun for me. Shh. Sorry, my cat. But it wasn't really like super fun for me. So once it wasn't fun, I just stopped, because like if you're not really enjoying it, or at least enjoying something that you're doing, like I don't think you should be doing. Like if you, I don't know, if you like hitting yourself in the face every time you cart on stream gets a lot of people coming to your streams. Cyrus, hold on, let me let him out.
No, you good.
What was I saying? Very big hypothetical.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, like if you slapped yourself in the face with like a fish every time you carted, I'm sure people would find that enjoyable. But if like you're turning off the stream and you're like, man, this sucks and I'm not enjoying this, then yeah, I don't think you should do it, because like sometimes it's not worth like the extra pull you might be getting, So yeah, that's basically that's not even me trying to be secretive. I straight up I don't know. So honestly, for these first couple months, I'm gonna try a couple of different things. Like even my last couple videos of last year were kind of different and experimental. Like I did the comparison for Tigrex for that month.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea. I didn't know what to do. I had a bunch of this beta footage. And I was working on a GU video. I had all this beta footage. And I was like, I guess I should do something with this beta footage. So I was like, oh, all right. Well, let me just get like old Tigrex footage from GU and just compare the fights. I was like, I did not plan for like the comparing old and new thing to become like a series at all. I just did that because I didn't know what else to do with the beta footage. Like that's literally why I did that. And then like that video, like a lot of people liked that video, and I was like, oh shit. So it's really funny when that happens. When my unplanned videos do well, it's really funny, because then I'm just like, oh shoot, now I got to try that again. But like I don't want to say now I have to try it, but like at least I know people will enjoy it. So I tried it again with Rajang, compared new Rajang to old, but I tried to change it up. I tried to like not do the video in the same format. And it looks like people liked that as well. So at least I know that's something people like. But yeah, I'm just going to mainly I'm going to still try new things. I'm really lucky. I think a benefit of being not a huge YouTuber is that you're not entirely locked into a game, or a style. I remember I was talking to Chris a while back. And I asked him, I was like, would you do anything other than Moss Center on your channel? And he just said like a hard no. And I'm like, really? And he was like, yeah, because he's like, this channel is just Moss Center now. Although they did do Dauntless stuff, so that was good. I was actually surprised and also kind of happy that they tried something other than Moss Center. And it always helps to kind of branch off with something similar. Like when a Moss Center person streams like Dauntless or Sekiro, it's not too far away, because it's still slashing and it's still fighting monsters. But like last year, 2018, I did a GU video, and then right after I did a Splatoon video, because that's just the game that I happened to be playing that month. I have no structure as a YouTuber, so that's my goal. My goal is to just find some kind of structure that hopefully works for me and isn't too jarring to the people who enjoy my stuff, because I don't want them to be like, what the hell is this? Why is this guy doing like nature videos now? You can't do like that big of a jump, but like I think from going from game to game is not so bad. But yeah, I still think I'm like super small, so I'm lucky. I can still keep trying a bunch of like weird things and kind of seeing like what I enjoy the most and what is being enjoyed. And yeah, that's honestly my main goal, like just trying to find what works for everybody. because that's one thing I decided for sure, that if I'm gonna keep doing YouTube, because I didn't plan to make it like anything that would make me money. But it kind of started doing that last year. So I was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna keep doing this YouTube gig, I gotta actually enjoy it, because I don't want to start hating it, because I like making videos, and that's you toe that line when you're trying to monetize your passion. You can really easily start hating something you enjoy, and that's something I've always been scared of with videos and with music, which is why I'm so hesitant to like make music. I didn't start like really doing it until last year because I was so scared. And I don't want that to happen. I'm sure like no one does. I'm sure you don't. Like, you don't want to start hating streaming or start hating videos because like shit, like, you know, it's something you really like doing. So I think like as I grow, as you grow, as anyone watching this video grows, keep that in mind. Just try to not let like the drive interfere with the passion of what you're doing. You know, work with the intention of being happy with your product and not being successful with your product. I know like sometimes they go hand in hand, but sometimes success is not the same thing as happiness. And I have found that I am often very happy with videos that I took my time with and I like, instead of a video that got a lot of views but I didn't really like it. And if, you know, and that's a smaller like example, but like it can be applied to anything. Like sometimes it's just not the same. So yeah, that's the main goal, man. Just to make stuff that I like, hopefully that people like, and just keep having fun with it, you know?
Definitely. I think you could do it for sure. And I seen one of your like Twitter clips a while ago of you, I think it was like recreating Vilcana's music song or something along those lines.
Oh yes, yeah, so that was the, so I was mentioning this not on the podcast itself, but while we were setting up. Yeah, in the last, I had been meaning to incorporate music into my videos for a while, and I didn't really know how. So not the most creative idea, but I was like, well, why not just literally put my music in my video? You know how like you just put like a track in the background as you talk or as you play. I was like, oh, I can make the music that I put in the background of the video. And I was like, all right, that's a pretty straightforward way to add music to the video. Not the most creative, but it was something.
Yeah.
And
sure.
yeah, and I did that for like three videos in a row. And it was actually those videos that were a big motivator for me to like kind of get started making more music, because those were probably, and I was telling this to Fem as well, those were probably the nicest comments I've ever gotten. Like, they were super supportive. Like, all the comments were like, bro, this is your music? Like, this is awesome. Or like, bro, do you have a SoundCloud? Like, all the comments were like actually like mad supportive. And I was so surprised. I was like, I didn't expect that kind of feedback. So I was like, oh shit, I could totally do this. So yeah, I'm a keep trying to find ways to kind of incorporate music into my videos, kind of like those three. And again, as for my plan of 2020, maybe, who knows, maybe that might become a staple, like where there's original music in all my videos. I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty time consuming, because those took me a minute, but definitely fun. Like that's honestly, yeah, there you go. That's a great example. Like those videos were very different. And sometimes when you try something different, it might not see the same success as your consistent stuff. Yeah. Like those videos were definitely less popular than say the Tigrex or the Rajang video, but I definitely was very satisfied with it. Like, it was really cool to combine Monster Hunter with something that I like and have it be well received. Even if not that many people watched it, I was like, yo, this is a successful video for me. Like, people liked it. I love it. And like, honestly, that's the best thing you can ask for. Like, if you can just put stuff that you're making for yourself, but people happen to like it too, that's just the best shit right there. Oh, did my thing?
Sorry. I froze
okay.
too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
So
think we
that's
both
why I
did.
didn't respond if I didn't seem like I did. There's a few
No,
points
it's all
that
good.
happened.
No worries,
What were
man.
you
No
saying?
worries.
Sorry.
What was the last thing you heard?
uh, you were talking
I
about
was.
incorporating your music into your videos, and it was really
Oh,
well
word.
received.
Yeah, I guess basically. Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the point. I was gonna say, or I said basically, that's like to me that's like probably the most successful video you can have. Like, if you make a video and you're like, yo, I love how this video came out, and then like your following, your supporters, subscribers, and so on, they love it just as much as you do. It doesn't fucking matter like how many people watched it. Like if you like the if you liked your product and your following likes your product, then that's awesome.
For sure. Yeah, you I think it'd even be really cool if you created your music on like you live stream you creating music.
Yo, that's totally something I want to try this year as well. Dude, there's so many like I didn't realize that like music streaming was such a thing until like
Yeah.
last year. Again, I'm kind of like I would watch Twitch, but I would only like rarely tune in for like a big show. I would watch GDQ or like tournaments. I wasn't the biggest Twitch goer. I usually just like when I sit down to relax, I don't really turn on a stream. I usually go to like someone's channel or something. I'm more of like a video watcher than a stream watcher. But
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch more streams. Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't realize like there's a lot more categories on Twitch than I thought. And I was like I was on the front page, and you know how they feature people?
Yeah.
It was what's their name? I followed them like immediately. It was like a couple. I think that's their name, like a couple sings or something. It's just this couple,
cool.
and they do like duo covers. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I don't think
that's
so.
like their
No.
name. So maybe someone in the comments will know, but like that's their name, like a couple something. And I was like, oh, I was like, what? Like, and like that was the category. It was like music. I was like, wait, there's a music channel? Like there's a music category? And I was like, hold on. And I was like looking at a bunch of people streaming on there, and yeah, people just have their whole setups with their piano. That's the thing though. I don't know how I do it. If I could figure out how to stream music, you bet your booty I'm gonna be streaming music this year.
There's
I
probably
gotta
like a
figure
whole
out how to do
thing
it though.
behind that. Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a pretty like I have a MIDI keyboard that I can like just pick up and put on a stand. So I mean,
You could probably do that, yeah.
Back here, I would have to like, I probably have to like push this desk a little forward. Not impossible to fit in here. But yeah, dude, if I can figure out how to do that, totally would try that for sure. I think that's such a cool thing that you can do. Stream music for sure.
For sure. That's a go for it, man. I would be 100% down to watch it do. Like I really love your style of music that you put out.
Thank you. Man.
That I've listened to. I was like, yo, this is the vibe, man. It's so good.
Yeah. Noodles has said the same thing. He's like, yo, this is so chill, dude. And I was like, thanks.
For sure. Like I usually listen to that kind of music like, to focus on things.
Yeah.
I was going back and forth like what I wanted to do for streaming and everything, like what would differentiate me from like other people that stream as well. And I was just like, I make with my friends build videos, why not incorporate that to stream?
Dude, exactly. Yeah.
So I tried that out, and like a large amount of my community was there. They were chilling with me as I was making the build. I was like, okay, we're gonna be making a build for Dr. Stone. What would that entail? So we made like a gathering build for like the guiding lands.
Yeah.
For that. So
There you go, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that more.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that's how you started that idea. Like you started it on stream.
No, I started as like a YouTube video. I just was like,
Okay.
I put like I worked with my friend of mine. I'm not really that good at making builds. So my friend helped out make like a build, and so we both put in the commentary for. Oops, sorry. We both put in the commentary for it because like so I put in like the editing and everything and like the commentary of my knowledge for like the anime, and then he would put in like the knowledge of the game and the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and I would listen to like chill hop or something like lo-fi
Yeah,
while I was making the build because it helps me focus.
yeah. I mean, it's the chill lo-fi hip hop beats to study to for a reason, you know. Like, that's why
Exactly.
everyone. No, yeah, it's a cool vibe, and like, shoot, what was I gonna say? I listen to a lot of, like, I'm not much of a singer. I can sing a little bit, but I listen to a lot of like instrumentals, like stuff without words.
Hmm.
So I have a bunch of stuff, just like a bunch of like drafts, a couple of tracks, like unmastered tracks of just music. And then my friend was like, he was telling me, he's like, you could just release. He was like, why haven't you put this out? And I was like, oh, well, I want to try to add words to some of this stuff. And he's like, all right. He's like, that's fine. But he's like, some of these, they just sound good as they are. Like he's like, one of your songs is just like a 5 minute instrumental that is like fully edited and stuff and mixed. He's like, why don't you just post this? It's already finished. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. So I'll probably make stuff that I do want to like make into a full fledged like song, with words. Not that a song without words isn't a song. But yeah, my friend was like, yeah, dude. He's like, just
I
you
don't
can
know if
also
you
just
hear
do
me.
instrumentals.
1 second.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. This is most has happened. All right, sorry.
No, it's all good. Maybe it's because we've been going for a while. I'm surprised my OBS is chilling too. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
they hold on. The channel just went live. A couple streams is the name.
Huh. Oh.
Notification just went away, but I just got like the notification. A couple streams. Like, that's just their name.
I have to check it out. It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So to get really off topic, is that a Naruto poster in the background
Yeah.
above your head? Is
It
it?
is actually. It's all right, I'm gonna try and do this. Hopefully, I can do this well. So it's I forgot the artist's name. But she's this really good artist, and I have her business card. So I went to Comic Con, and I went to Artist Alley, which is one of the main only reasons I go to Comic Con, just to go to Artist Alley.
Mhm.
And it's basically a chronological thing. So at the bottom is like, you can't really see it.
Gosh.
In the center, okay, so right there is Naruto as a baby. And then
Oh.
mom and dad and the fox being put in him. Then over here is Naruto being sad and Iruka, and over here is Kakashi and Kid Sasuke being sad. Then you go up
Bro.
further, and all of this is the Chunin exams, if you can see, like Sasuke fighting Orochimaru in the forest. No, that's Sasuke. Oh, that's Sasuke getting bit by Orochimaru for the first time.
Bro, I got chills right now. This is
that
so
neck,
much.
yeah. That's like Naruto training with Jiraiya. Yeah, all this is Chunin exams. Then all of this is like when the three Sannin fight.
Yeah.
What is that? That's the third Hokage using this Reaper seal on Orochimaru.
Yeah.
This is when Kisame and Itachi come and Sasuke tries to fight him and gets clapped. That's when Sasuke and Naruto fight in the final valley, and then Shippuden starts, and then Akatsuki. Then like all the fights from Shippuden, all the Jinchuriki getting put in the statue, and then the fourth Shinobi War, and then freaking Jinchuriki Obito, or freaking Six Paths Obito, and then Six Paths Madara, and then at the very top is adult Naruto as Hokage. So it's just like the whole show order.
Oh my
It's super cool. It's super cool. Yeah, I saw it on like.
Oh my
It's dope.
god, I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it
I've grown
online,
up with
and then I was
Naruto.
like, if this artist is there, I'm gonna cop that shit right away. And she was. Yeah, it's super cool. I used to have it in a spot where you couldn't see it, so now this is where I regularly stream. So you still can't really kind of see it, but at least kind of like just now, if someone asks about it, I can just like show it. Although my green screen is usually up, but yeah, it's a super cool poster. If I find the artist's business card, or I just happen to remember their name on their handle on Instagram, I'll send it to you.
Please do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, super cool poster, and they have more. They have more of Naruto as well, but just other anime. But I was like, all right, I need to grab that one because that one's pretty dope.
So, have you grown up with Naruto as well?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Naruto's my shit.
Oh my
like, it's so funny because like, as I've grown older, my opinions have changed. Like, I used to think like Naruto was like god tier, and then I'm like, all right. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't realize I moved my mic away. Naruto was like god tier, and then I was like, all right, it's not that great. And then I'm just like, you know what? It was great. And I'm like, you know what? So I like keep changing. I think my final verdict for Naruto as an anime as a whole, I think just base Naruto is a classic. I think it's like probably the most organized and well written. And then Shippuden is second. Like, I think Shippuden is great, and Shippuden had like amazing fights and some really, really good moments. But, and probably because even Kishimoto admitted himself, he didn't really plan to go past the pain arc. So like everything after that, you can kind of tell it's just like, all right, what's happening? The conclusion was all right, but just the way to get there was a little bit like muddy. But yeah, I gotta say, like, OG Naruto like is the shit. Like, that's a classic for me.
For
But Shippuden's
sure.
up there as well.
And like, yeah, I definitely see your point with like the pain arc as well. Like, it was probably like its prime, and then it kind of fell through. Especially with the Ninja War, there was too much going on.
It was a lot, yeah. I think he just wasn't sure where he wanted to end it. I think he knew he wanted to end it. He knew he wanted the war to be the last thing, but there was just like these new threads coming up. Now, don't get me wrong. As a result, we got a lot of good shit. Like, we got the Obito versus Kakashi fight, which is probably one of the best fights in the series.
The animation,
so good, so good. So like, it's all good. And then we got like Sasuke's reunion with reanimated Itachi, and like that was just like some good wholesome shit right there. And like Sasuke got to learn the truth. That was good, brotherly shit. So we got a lot of good shit, and the final fight, like the final Sasuke versus Naruto, super clean. Like, that was sick. They popped off with the animation for that.
For sure, the animation behind that video was like, there was no dialogue. It was just
yeah. It was so good. I love that shit. I love when there's a fight and there's like just no fucking talking, and it's just like just sad music, and like those are my favorite fights too. Like, yeah, the Kakashi versus Obito, that's probably one of my favorite fights like of all time. Zuko versus Azula, that's like another one of my favorite fights. You'll notice that a lot of my fights like just barely have any music.
yeah.
Freaking. Well, have you watched Hunter x Hunter? I don't want to spoil anything.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I won't say. Yo, Hunter x Hunter, man.
Gotta
Hunter x
I'll
Hunter,
watch
however you
it.
want to say it. Yo,
Whenever I talk about anime,
clean.
Yeah.
Clean. Yeah, that's the OG right there. That's definitely one of my top 5. It's so funny because just yesterday, I was voting for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and I was so torn for the Anime of the Year because like we had freaking this was a crazy year for anime. We had freaking like Demon Slayer, JoJo's, Mob Psycho season 2. Oh my god, that for my anime of the year. Yeah, for my anime of the year, I voted for Mob Psycho. It was tough, but I was like, I gotta give it to my boy. Yeah, definitely check that one out as well.
For sure.
To give you an idea, I used to just like Mob Psycho because I enjoy the creator of Mob and One Punch Man. Like, I kind of like his style. So I watched Mob Psycho season 1, and I was like, all right, I like psychics. Anything that has like psychics in it, I tend to like. I don't know. I guess I kind of discovered that this past year too. I was like, oh, I think I like psychic stuff. Whenever people used to ask me like what kind of Pokemon trainer you would be, I always used to say Dark or Ghost, but I think it would be Psychic because I just like psychic stuff without thinking about it. Yeah, so I watched the first season. I was like, all right, I like psychic battles and stuff. All right, cool. And then season 2 came in and was just like, yo, let me hit you with all these fucking feels and real life lessons. out of nowhere. Like I did not, because it was just like an actiony kind of show. I mean, it had some lessons. But dude, season 2. Oh yeah, so season 2 put Mob Psycho in my top 5 pretty much. Like that's how good it is. It's very, very good. Yeah, man. I'm a weeb. I'm a weeb. A lot of people like don't know, but like I watch hella anime. Yeah. I like don't post about it as much, but once you get me talking about it, like
Yeah. Dude, I am in love with it, man. My goodness. Have you seen The Promised Neverland or read about it?
Just recently, that was another one for anime of the year. Recently watched it. That was very good. I was actually surprised it's getting a season 2, and I was surprised because I thought it was just a one and done story. Like, so you watched it obviously.
Yeah, I've watched it. It does seem like I can see what you mean. It does seem like it would just finish at where it was. Like they escaped, everything's done.
Yeah. Spoilers for anyone. Skip
10
seconds. Skip 10 seconds from now. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So fast forward 15 seconds. But yeah, I thought they escaped and then it's just done. But there is a season 2, which is interesting because then we're gonna get to see like what's going on in the world. Like, is the world really taken over by demons, or like, what's happening? But yeah, pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. It was kind of a bummer of a story. Really? It's not the most feel good show.
No, dude, it was darker than I thought it was.
Yeah. It
went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. The intro is like, oh, look at these kids and they're having fun, and like, no, not at all. No one's having fun.
No.
But pretty well crafted story. For sure.
Definitely. I've been like it got to the point where I haven't collected manga in a very long time. Ever after Naruto, I have the entire like series for Naruto, and then I start collecting Tokyo Ghoul and everything. But it's been like years, nice. And then once I saw that it ended at that point for The Promised Neverland, I'm like, and I talked with my friend about it because him and I've been watching it together, and he's just like, it continues that past that. I'm like, I need to know. Yeah.
Oh, so, did you go ahead and read it?
Yeah, so I'm.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I'm up to date with the books. I don't know about not the chapters, but the books itself. Okay. Yeah. So
don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you anything, but I can tell you one thing though. A lot of shit happens.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine because now they're out there, dude. I know that feel. Like you have a manga so good that it makes you go read it. But then the animation is so good, it's made you stop reading. Has anything done that? So 2 shows have done that for me. Attack on Titan was so good after the first season that I was like, all right, I didn't even learn what the fuck is going on because this is a wild ass story. Yeah. So I like went and read it. So I knew everything that was gonna happen in season 2. Nothing was a surprise to me, which is a shame because there's a lot of fucking twists and turns in season 2, so I kind of wish I did get surprised. But it was so well animated that even though I knew everything that was going to happen in season 2, I was like, this is amazing. So the animation was so good, or I enjoyed the anime so much that I actually stopped reading so that I can have their final season actually be just watch it. Dude. So it was so good it made me start reading and then stop reading. And then the other one that did that was My Hero. I started reading My Hero for a bit. So not to the degree of Attack on Titan, but then I was like, oh, this animation is mad good. Let me just watch it because it's just gonna be really good.
For sure. Have you seen the latest episode from My Hero?
Yo, it was insane, dude. Yo, I was wondering. I was like, every season they always go hard with the animation and it's been pretty tame. I was like, they're probably saving their budget for something big, and then boom. That episode happened. I was like, okay, as soon as that happens, and again, if anyone hasn't watched, I won't say what it is, but as soon as like the thing happened, or just that episode came, I turned to my girlfriend and I was like, that's where their budget went. It was this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, mad good.
I had so many chills the entire time. I was just like, bro, what?
Yeah.
No way.
Very good. The music, dude. I have his name because that composer also does the music for Haikyuu. If you know Haikyuu, the volleyball anime, it's also really good.
Know.
I used to sleep on sports anime, and I used to make fun of them because of Prince of Tennis, and Prince of Tennis was super lame, and it put me off of all sports anime. But there are 3 sports anime that have changed my mind. And I was so wrong about sports anime. Haikyuu, Pong, the animation, and Hajime no Ippo, the boxing one. Very good. All 3.
Nice.
But Haikyuu is very good. And the composer who does the music for Haikyuu does the music for My Hero, or vice versa. Like the composer who does the music for My Hero. But let me tell you something right now. If you think he pops off with My Hero's music, you got to hear him in Haikyuu. He goes even harder. Like all of Haikyuu's OSTs are like all bangers. There isn't like a single non-banger song. It's so
I have
good.
to listen to the damn.
Yeah. He goes even harder.
There was this thing I was gonna say. Damn. Prince of Tennis. Have you heard about that one?
Yeah. I watched it and like I don't know, maybe it was because I was a kid and I didn't appreciate it, but that was the sports anime that made me not like sports anime.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, yo, he's about to use his snake move.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I didn't go too far into it because I would just catch it on Toonami. So like, it wasn't like I wasn't watching anime online at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. That's the thing. I was like, if it's gonna be a sports anime, I don't want them to be like superpowers or magic. And like, I get it, it's anime, but I do like it to at least be grounded. You can have like anime as shit. Like in Haikyuu, there's like super anime looking spikes. Hajime no Ippo has like super fucking anime looking stuff. But for the most part, the ones that I enjoy are pretty grounded in reality, as much as they can be in a fucking anime. And that was one reason I wasn't enjoying Prince of Tennis, because there would be like this crazy like fucking like I can see a second into the future and see where the ball will go, and I'm like, what is this all this stuff? But if you liked it, maybe I'll give it another chance all these years later. Maybe I didn't give it the chance it deserved.
That was a kid me, so I don't know how I would take it now.
Yeah. Kid me didn't like it, so maybe I might hate it more. Who knows?
Maybe we're like the opposite of it.
Yeah. But I have been turned around on sports anime, so I was wrong to judge in the beginning. One that I've been kind of on the fence about is the basketball one. I know it's really popular, Kuroko no Basket. I've seen
that old or is that new?
It's like it's not new. It's been around for a minute.
Is it in
and
Shonen?
I've seen clips from it. What's up?
Was it in Shonen Jump?
I think so.
I think I remember seeing.
Pretty sure. Yeah, because I've seen like clips from it, and like it looks like they do some kind of like super speed kind of power stuff, but not too much. So I don't know how grounded it is. So I might check it out. I've heard some good things about it, so not bad.
Do they do
definitely? What's up?
Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I was just gonna say, before I forget, definitely check out Haikyuu. It's a volleyball anime, and I know that premise is like volleyball anime, like what? But no, man, they go hard.
I've heard great things about it. I'll have to check it out. I've seen scenes. I don't remember what it was called, but I think it was that.
Yeah.
That you mentioned. I've been catching up on Blue Exorcist right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they got picked up by another studio, right?
I don't know. I started watching it recently.
Something like that. Yeah.
I was like, people talk a lot about this.
They did like their first season, and then like there was like nothing for a long time, and then I think they got picked up or renewed. Something happened. It was like a Full Metal thing. Like there's the first one ends. The first one passed the manga, so it had to make up its own ending. And like not a lot of people liked that, so it was like a Full Metal situation. And then now they're going by the manga. I think that's what's happening.
Wait, Full Metal Alchemist did the same thing?
You know how they're, yeah, because Full Metal Alchemist passed past the manga. So past a certain point, it stops going off of the material. So that's what Full Metal Alchemist is. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the actual manga accurate anime.
Oh, that's why there's two.
That's why they're similar up to a point, but then Brotherhood stays on track, and Alchemist had to figure out a way to do their own ending, which was like a whole different thing. Still pretty cool though. Like their own interpretation of stuff. Still pretty worth checking out. I think Tokyo Ghoul didn't Tokyo Ghoul do something like that too? I'm not too big on that one.
I don't know, but it like the I'm not sure what they did, but like the fight after Jason, it went all over the place. Like, and then especially after like I was watching it with my friend, and it was just like they introduced like 20 different characters and they never explained anything about it. They went all over the place.
I stopped following it, but my girlfriend's a big fan. So because there's and then there's like square root of A or whatever the fuck.
What?
Right? Yeah. Like it's literally the square root symbol, or I don't know. It's some symbol. Something A, square root of A, something A, and apparently one of them is a what if scenario. One of them is like they had to go off their own writing and not the manga material. I think they have a similar situation to Full Metal, but I could be wrong.
Interesting. Parasite?
No, I think Parasite actually just followed the whole way through.
No, I mean like if you watched it.
Oh, Parasite was clean. I like that.
It was really good. I got emotional.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it would be. I honestly just watched it because I was on like I was like watching just a lot of like, not intentionally, but I was watching like a lot of gory stuff. It just happens to be on that train. So like, like I watched Tokyo Ghoul, then I watched Psycho Pass, which isn't like gory per se, but there's like there's a pretty gruesome deaths in there.
Psycho Pass was fantastic. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
very good. Then I watched Parasite, and then what else did I watch that fall?
That was a pretty anime.
Yeah, there was a pretty interesting fall of anime that I don't even remember that year, but I remember that fall semester I watched a lot of good anime, and Parasite was something I watched that fall.
Definitely. There was another anime. It was like do you know what it is? It's like on a train, and there's like a lot of zombie looking characters. It's made by the same creators of the people that made Attack on Titan.
And they're on a train?
Most of the time.
Huh. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I don't know the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy has like greenish hair.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know the name too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name.
There's a scene with a girl that cuts off a zombie guy's head with her shoe.
I don't think I've seen that clip, but that sounds pretty wild. I'll look.
I can send you the clip after.
Yeah,
it was very interesting.
That's pretty good.
That was a really good anime.
I'll check it out.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, this past year was pretty darn good. I don't really know.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, My Hero is finishing now. Haikyuu season 4 just started.
Season 4 of Attack on Titan's coming out.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was gonna say, what else am I anticipating for this year? Yeah, 2019 was wild. This is a good year for anime. There's a lot of good stuff.
Definitely.
Cannot lie. Brother, I gotta tell you something. I have not eaten because I came straight back from work.
I haven't eaten either. I was gonna say it's a good place to stop.
Word. But I'll let you take us out if you want to do any wrap up comments.
For sure. Yeah, sorry.
No, dude. By all means, you haven't been keeping me. I just felt the stomach grumbles now, and then I just remembered like, oh, I haven't eaten in a while. So that happens to me all the time, especially when I'm streaming. I'll be like, oh shoot, I haven't eaten in 5 hours. I should probably eat something. I just forget.
But yeah, I need to eat something too, man. It's 8.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Herny on his social media. If you want to plug yourself, go for it.
Sure, dude. Thank you guys for having me. Phil. You're a super chill dude. It's a pleasure to finally talk to you because we've been in each other's chats, but we hadn't had a chance to like talk.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll send you my Steam code because we have them now. I'll send you them on Steam. Add me.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you guys for watching. Give some support to my boy Phil. You guys can check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/Herny with 2 Y's, and then on Twitch with 4 Y's. Why is there so many Y's? It's because Herny with 1 Y was taken on every platform, so I have to keep adding Y's.
Just make it the meme at this point. Just just add another Y to each platform.
Putting more. But yeah, dude, thank you guys for having me. Everyone on YouTube. Peace.
Thank you for coming on again. I really do appreciate it. It was honestly really chill talking with you too. Much love, you guys. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Later.